Welcome to year 2 in the Minnesota Vikings season. Today, I'm bringing you all 4 games, all 4 box scores. I'm not going to show any gameplay today because I don't know about you guys, but ever since I've played franchises, I really just don't find the preseason too entertaining. So I'll just play it on my own, which I did, and I'll show you guys the box scores. Some of these games I just got kind of lazy and started messing around. So some of the scores and stats may not be how they should be in real life, but I found a good base of where I think some players should play and how good some players are. And I can tell you what, Tyrese Farrell, our rookie wide receiver, he is pretty good. You guys will be excited to see him in year 2. And I just didn't want to bring much gameplay, and I just want to get this video out. It's a short video because I don't know about you guys, but I'm very excited for year 2 in this franchise. As you know, I'm in year 2 of my Iowa dynasty, and that is going pretty well. And I'm more excited for this Minnesota Vikings year 2 because Minnesota Vikings losing in the wild card round, being such a good team as we were in the regular season. I thought the 49ers just weren't. We were a lot better than them, I thought, but it turned out to beat us in that last second touchdown, and I really want to overcome that and make it a lot farther this year in the playoffs and hopefully have a better offseason next year. I only make 4 cuts in this preseason, as you guys will see, and that's because I had an uneventful free agency. I only signed 4 people and I only have 4 people to cut. So I don't know, maybe next year, hopefully the draft class will be better, and I might go after a lot bigger players next year as I have more cap room. I should, because this year I used a lot of my cap room on Harrison Smith, but it was definitely worth it. As you see in the preseason, he had like 3 or 4 interceptions, so I'll definitely take that. But I'm just going to let you guys see the box score and everything in the background. I'm going to talk more about this team and where I want to go with it. First off, we're going to go by position and who's starting where, and just basically the basis of my team. First off, we got QB, obviously Teddy Bridgewater. He's going to be in another year here, and hopefully we can have him as a long-term quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings because I love playing with him on this game, and that's just a secured spot for him as long as he stays here. At halfback, we have Adrian Peterson, who is getting up there in age, and he's a very good running back, obviously. Played great last year. But I really enjoy our backup, Jerick McKinnon. The only problem I have with him is he had about 3 or 4 fumbles in the preseason, and that's definitely a major concern. And I also want him to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield a lot better. He only has about 70 catching, and I want him to be my third down back, but I just can't trust his hands as much as I'd like to. Unlike Adrian Peterson on this game, they give him really good catching, and Jerick McKinnon just doesn't have it yet. And that's something I'm trying to improve. So next year, if Adrian Peterson does decide to leave because he is getting up there in age, and I know in real life he's talked about leaving, so maybe I'll add a storyline along with that about him leaving, but I'd rather have him stay because he's a great player, and I'd rather not face him. I'd rather have him on my team. But other than that, fullback, we have Zach Line. I just don't usually use fullbacks a lot. I know Adrian Peterson is a lot better being a single back in the backfield. Now, wide receiver, we do have our starters, Mike Wallace and Charles Johnson. Tyrese Farrell does not get the first 2 wide receiver slots just because he's a rookie, and I feel like he needs time to kind of fit himself into the NFL. But in the slot, there will be Stephon Diggs again in the slot this year. He was a beast last year, and I'm excited for him again this year. Then our 4th wide receiver will be Tyrese Farrell. In front of Cordarrelle Patterson and maybe some others that you guys might think deserved it, like Kamar Aiken. He had himself a great preseason. He did make the roster. I just signed him in the free agency, just hoping he could be a guy that tests us out in preseason, which I did, and makes the team, and that's exactly what he did. He played great, and so he is behind Tyrese Farrell because Tyrese Farrell is just a beast in this game. He's fast. He's got good catching. He can make spectacular catches. He can catch in traffic. I'm excited for that man's future, and maybe as the season progresses, he'll get more playing time as a top wide receiver. But tight end, we obviously have Kyle Rudolph and Chase Ford. Chase Ford had a big touchdown in the wild card matchup, which I thought secured the game, but it did not. And the offensive line, Matt Khalil is just still a huge question mark. I don't know where to go with him because, I mean, he has a good rating on this game, but he's just not a good enough player, and I don't know what to do about that. Left guard, we got that rookie on our team, but we're still going to go with David Yankee to start the season instead of McKay, and then the rest of the offensive line just stays the same. Other than that, that's about the only battle we really had. And then the defensive side of the ball, everything does stay the same on the defensive side of the ball, except for Tajay Jennings, or I don't know how to say that guy's. If you guys have any way to say that guy's first name, our new rookie, I'll just call him by that. Our new rookie cornerback. Let me guys know. Let me know, because I really have no clue how to say that. But here is our schedule for next season. As you know, we are playing in the new Vikings stadium, and I'm really excited for that. Week 1 against the Jaguars, playing in the new stadium, away from TCF Bank Stadium this year, and I could not be more excited. But you see, we do have a pretty tough schedule, playing the Seahawks later in the year, away from home. That'll be a tough game. But look at this, actually, first, before I go on about schedule. The injury report, I knew this was going to be a major concern going into preseason. I just wanted no one injured, and instead we get Chad Greenway, the veteran. He's going to be out for the first week. Tyrus Thompson was not as big of an injury because he's a left tackle. He's only out a week. And then Eric Kendricks is a huge blow for the first 2 weeks. Pulled groin, he's out 2 more weeks. But look at these other injuries. I thought this was weird. Tony Romo, 15 weeks with a broken thumb. He's out again. Sorry to all you Cowboys fans. I feel for you guys because that is just a terrible injury to have. But nonetheless, let me know about this Gerald Hodges. I know he's a backup linebacker, but he's really good rating. I don't know what you guys want me to do, trade for him or what.